Today, we're going to be exploring hidden secrets in every Call of Duty. These are about to blow your mind. Let's dive in. Okay, we are starting off in Call of Duty 4, and this is actually kind of crazy. We're going to take a look at the cover. Now, the cover we all thought was kind of random soldiers in a war, but no. This was actually the lead studio head, Mark Rubin. One day, he decided to pose in the studio with gear on, and they ended up using it as the final cover. We know this because he tweeted it about a year or two ago, and everybody freaked out and it went viral because nobody knew this. Next up, on the initial launch of Call of Duty 4, the Xbox 360 manual actually had a misprint, telling people to use the B button instead of the X button to reload. Why am I not reloading? And lastly, the game mode Capture the Flag was supposed to be in the game. It must have been cut at the final hour. We actually have audio files of the announcers talking about capturing the flag and returning the flag. I don't know. I would have loved to have seen that, to be honest.
Capture the flag! Capture the flag! Capture the flag! Capture the flag!
All right, next we have Call of Duty World at War. And the funny thing about this game, it was supposed to be titled something completely different. The original name was Call of Duty 5 with a V as the 5. Now, this was supposed to continue throughout all the Call of Duties. Imagine what we'd be on now. We'd be on like Call of Duty 25. Next up, when you're playing the campaign in the Mission Vendetta, if you're feeling a little trolly and you want to no-scope the German soldiers, Reznov will actually acknowledge you if you hit a shot, and he'll say this. And lastly, most of you probably know the Easter egg in the campaign mission, Little Resistance. You jump in the puddles in a specific order, you get a ray gun, and you can use it the rest of the mission. Well, this was actually put into the game by a dev named Jesse Snyder, and he didn't tell anyone at Treyarch. So when fans found out about the Easter egg, he almost got fired. Luckily, he didn't, because that was actually a fun Easter egg. Now we're on to MW2, the original one, and when you're playing on the mission No Russian, aka Terminal for multiplayer, there's a wine shop that you can walk into and visit. If you go into that store, there's a Call of Duty game cover on the ground. This is actually the original COD 4 cover, the first prototype, before they went with Mark Rubin as the official one. Next up, for multiplayer, the map Favela has a barbershop area that you can get to. There's 4 mirrors. Now, if you knife the one on the left, for some reason, it almost kills you. And lastly, if you didn't save your campaign back in the day and you had to start over, there was actually a way to unlock all the missions right away. You would sit on the mission screen, hold LT and RT, then press up, up, down, down, X, Y. And then a sound would play saying, yeah, I'm good to go. I actually never knew this. Black Ops 1, we're gonna be starting off in the campaign mission Operation 40. The mission was to track down Fidel Castro and pretty much take him out. Now, near the end of the mission, you do just that, but spoiler alert, it's a body double. And Treyarch even hints at it. If you go up to his body, put your aimer on it, it stays red, signifying that Fidel might just be out there still. Now we go to multiplayer, where we got 4 map packs this year. It was First Strike, Escalation, Annihilation, and Resurrection. Now the first letter of each one of these spells out the word fear. And lastly, we have to talk about the Black Ops 1 menu. Most of you know this, but if you wanted to get out of the chair, you smash your triggers repeatedly, and then you could go out over to the computer, type in a number of cheat codes. One of my favorites, DOA, Dead Ops Arcade. Modern Warfare 3 brings us to a DLC map called Sanctuary. Now, this is a little sad. You want to go over to the graveyard part of the map. There you see some tombstones. If you lay down in front of it, you're going to hear this. This was from the end of the Mind the Gap mission. The Davis family, who, well, yeah, it didn't end up so well for them. Now, in the village map in multiplayer, if you go all the way back to the back of the map, you'll find an arcade machine. The game is Modern Warfare, and it even has an 8-bit Captain Price on the side of the machine. In Spec Ops, when you play the mission Stay Sharp, you're in a little bit of a training course, kind of similar to COD 4's opening campaign mission. As you get to the end, before you finish, turn around and you'll see a picture of Shepard with knives thrown into him. Black Ops 2, when you're playing multiplayer and you get a Guardian kill streak, place it down and then look on the back of it. You're gonna see 1.21 gigawatts. Now, this is actually a reference to Back to the Future, the voltage that it takes to power the DeLorean. Another popular culture reference in this game is on the multiplayer map Meltdown. In the control room, you're gonna find some pink donuts on the desk. Now this, pink donuts, plus Meltdown being a nuclear power plant, you guessed it, this is a nod to Homer Simpson. The last one was actually discovered semi-recently. In Nuketown 2025, you can go to the back of the spawn, and there's actually a shuffleboard that you can play. Lay down, knife the discs, boom, you're playing a game. Okay, COD Ghosts. This is a crossover that hasn't happened in Call of Duty, but it should. If you go to the DLC map Gold Rush, go to the back of the map, you can actually see Short Round's hat, an Indiana Jones whip, and a backpack to the right. Why has this collab not happened yet? Next up, as many times as you played Strike Zone, did you ever know that the hot dog actually talked? Get a throwing knife, throw it at the hot dog. It's got a bunch of voice lines. Listen to one of these.
Hey kids, who's hungry?
Now this one I thought was actually pretty funny. If you boot into Freight, activate spectator mode, go over to that area by the crates and you'll see this. Yeah, you're reading that right. It says stop hammer time. Obviously, this is referencing MC Hammer. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't mind Advanced Warfare, but I know a lot of you didn't, so we'll be short with this one. We're gonna do one. This was on the map Throttle. This was a campaign mission. About halfway through, you have to scale some buildings that are near this train track kind of thing. As you get to the top of the building, there sits an RPG. Now, you can use the RPG within this mission, but fun fact, the RPG was never in the game besides this moment right here. Was it a mistake or was it on purpose? Black Ops 3 has something really small, but I think it's really cool. If you had Black Ops 3 on PS4, when you entered into the main menu screen, the light bar on top of your controller would actually change to orange. On top of that, this game was actually the final game to release on Xbox 360 and PS3, but it came with no campaign and they still charged the same price. At least they gave us this meme.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain. I have a universe to set right. Thank you and goodbye.
Infinite Warfare has actually, this is a funny one, I'm not gonna lie, a time where Call of Duty could make fun of themselves a little bit more. In the map terminal, if you go over to the area where Burger Town normally is, you can zoom in on the menu of this sushi restaurant. Now, at the bottom of it, there's an item called Fish AI. This is a throwback to the Call of Duty Ghost reveal where they told us that there was this amazing technology in the game and it included Fish AI moving away when you swam towards them. There's actually a meme where they compare the Fish AI in Ghost to Mario 64 Fish.
And also added an AI system to it. So we have fish move out of the way when you get close to them.
So, at least they can make fun of themselves. COD World War II, man, this one's gonna make me cry because y'all know I love that HQ, and boy, was there a bunch of stuff scattered throughout this. There were actually 3 balls scattered through the headquarters, and to find each one of them, you had to parkour through the map, and if you completed and got all 3 of them, you would get a bunch of XP. Oh man, I missed the HQ. Also, climbing the HQ, you went to the top of the HQ, you'd see a hammer. This is a reference to the dev team who made this game, Sledgehammer Games. And lastly, scattered throughout the multiplayer maps, there's a meme of Kilroy was here. Now, this is a very, very popular World War II graffiti phrase, and it pretty much symbolized that American soldiers' presence was in the area. This is an awesome nod. This game, I love this game every time I play it. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself. Black Ops 4. Yes, this was the game that added Battle Royale for the first time. Many of you probably know that. It's Blackout. Now, it didn't have a campaign when it released, but the funny part is there was actually a campaign planned before Activision pulled Treyarch off the project and told them to start and finish Blackout in like 6 to 8 months. There's been a ton of leaks recently involving this. From what we know, it looks like it was supposed to be a co-op, always online sort of thing. I don't know, maybe it was better that it got scrapped. I don't know. What do you think? Now to MW19, the game that pretty much rebooted the franchise. We started off on the gunfight map Hill. There's a few trees in the distance, and if you zoom in with a sniper, you're gonna see somewhat of an invisible creature appear and then disappear pretty much a second later. Many speculate that this is a reference to Predator, And possibly, maybe it's a callback to the COD Ghost DLC. Now, throughout the campaign, there's a ton of callbacks to the original series. One of my favorites is during the mission Highway of Death. You're sniping the white flags, kind of testing the wind. Now, while you're doing this, you can also shoot a watermelon. And when you shoot the watermelon, Hadir says,
I heard that.
and this is a reference to, obviously, COD 4. And lastly, in the Clean House mission, well, you get to the top there, and there's a room with a baby inside. Someone out there, I don't know who did it. This is a family-friendly channel, so it wasn't me. But if you throw a grenade or do some weird stuff in there, it's gonna actually kick you back to the main menu. So if you do it once, it's gonna be like, what in the world is wrong with you? You keep doing it, keep doing it. I think it's like the third time you actually just kick back to the main menu. Whoever found that, that's wild out of you. For Cold War, we're going to be heading to the game show map. Now, there's some mirrors in this dressing room. There's actually 3. If you shoot these, behind each mirror is something different. First is an interrogation room. Second is a wall of numbers. And lastly is a wall of post-it notes. And second, in Die Machine, the zombies map, obviously, after entering the Dark Ether, find and shoot the 5 blue orbs scattered around the map. Now, once all are hit, head to the building's pack-a-punch room. Once you do this, you'll see zombies dancing around a coffin with the iconic tune in the background. Now, Vanguard's, it's a pretty forgettable game, and the Easter egg is pretty similar. This one is pretty basic. There's a rubber duck hidden in every single map of the game. Yeah, that's it. Maybe they were hinting at the skin that came out during MW3. I don't know. Now, Modern Warfare 2, we're going to start this off in one of the worst maps, maybe the worst map in Call of Duty history, Santa Border Crossing. Now, if you go past the cars, that was a joke, you're going to get to an RV. This RV has 5 bullet holes taped up. Now, this is actually a callback to Breaking Bad, where Walter White gets shot at. The funny thing is, the map and the show were both in Mexico. Now, when you're on the ground war map Tarek, I think that's how you say it, go to the B objective, and you're going to see a very familiar building structure. Yes, that is a miniature Rust from the OG MW2. Many actually speculated that Rust was going to be coming back to this game because of that. Little did we know we were going to get that the next game, the whole DLC thing. Anyway, we'll move on. Speaking of Modern Warfare 3, we're going to be heading to the mission Trojan Horse. Now, in this mission, you're Soap, and you'll be following a hacker that works for Makarov. Now, throughout the mission, you get commands from Price, pretty much telling him to blend in with the environment. And one of these moments, you have to pet a dog. That dog's name is Riley. Yes, it's a callback to COD Ghost. Yeah, hint. Another campaign one in the Flashpoint mission, when you're actually heading into the Verdansk Stadium, if you slow it down, you can actually see Makarov in this ambulance. And our final game, Black Ops 6, we got to finish it off here. This one is actually discovered a few months after release. If you're on the map Warhead, there's a nuke in one of the spawns. If you shoot this nuke, it takes a ton of bullets, by the way. It eventually will catch flames and blow up, ending the game. And lastly, one of the smallest maps in the game, Stakeout, is secretly one of the biggest maps. This map is actually hiding the entire Warzone map Avalon on the outside of it if you go into spectator mode. You can see most of the map, and many are speculating that this is the next map after Verdansk. We don't know though, because if Verdansk does well, they may never come out with this map, but it's in Stakeout if you want to see it. And there you have it. That is hidden secrets in every single Call of Duty. I want you to be honest with me in the comments. Did you know any of these? Did you not know any of these? Let me know. If you enjoyed this type of video, leave a like, subscribe. Also, second channel back up and running, Tdawg 2. We got a bunch of uploads over there, a bunch of uploads coming. So if you want to support more Tdawg, more videos that are not just COD, go subscribe down below. If you want to watch another video over there, click there. Did I say everything? Did I plug everything? I think so. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.